Hello, and welcome to the new series. This was a Deluge single player. You've seen me play Deluge with other people, but you've never really watched me do a Deluge series by myself. The object of this Deluge series is not to make it to the end, because there is no end in this Deluge world. The object is to have fun. Now, where will this end? Now, I'm thinking about ending it once I finally get into the actual nether, but I may not end it there. I don't know. And I am not in a rush to get to the nether, by the way. I plan on building up lots of farms and buildings along the way before I ever get to the nether. Unless I feel like I need the nether for something, then I will go to the nether, and obviously my series won't end there because I need to go there to get some things. So we'll see what happens along the way. What can I get from the nether? I can get blaze rods to make brewing stands and some potions. Now, because of the type of world I am in, the Deluge world, we will need plenty of potions if we want to. Now, that's not a necessity, but it's a good thing to have. But again, I may end this series once I get to the nether, so it may not be something I try to accomplish as getting the potions. It all depends on what farms I want to create and how I want to do all this. Now, there is no grass, as far as I'm aware, unless a village has grass somewhere that I can steal it. So we'll see how we do. Now, we do need some obsidian, which we can get from chests in villages when there is a blacksmith. Now, let's go into this now and watch how I got to the surface. Now, you will not see in this first episode of me getting all this built behind me. You won't see any of this built behind me in the episode. The first episode is just me getting to the surface, and it should be a short episode because I am going to we're going to zoom through it, and I'll talk a little bit through it for you as we zoom through it. So join me now. Bye. Well, bye for now, and I'll see you after. We join our robot friend, the hero of this story, as he finds himself underwater at the bottom of the ocean. We see him as he tries to gather some dirt so that he might find a way to rise above the ocean and get his head above the waves. He maps out the center of his room to keep everything symmetrical, because asymmetrical just isn't the way to go. He does other odds and ends tasks along the way, but his main task is to gather the dirt, as the dirt is what is needed to get him to rise above the surface of the water. So that, of course, is the main objective of our little friend robot. So diligently he works to get his dirt, to try to get all he needs to accomplish his most immediate task at hand. There are some other things on his mind as well that he tries to accomplish during this time. Takes his focus off a little bit off the main task. Maybe that's not the best thing to do, but sometimes things happen and you have to do other things besides what's the main task on your mind. But he will get himself back on track again. He will get himself motivated and get himself working toward his main goal, which is, of course, to rise above the ocean, make it to the top, where he can have a spot where he can respawn at instead of at the bottom of the ocean all the time. But for this, he needs to get himself in gear. He needs to get himself motivated and start building his tube to the surface, which is what we see him now doing. building that tube to the surface, getting himself motivated, getting himself worked up. Yes, he will make it to the surface. He will find villages that he can plunder. He will find diamonds in chests. He will find some obsidian in chests. He will find a way to get more materials to build with, to find more materials that he can create with. So it's not just the same materials over and over again. He will find a way, our little friend, and he will make it to the surface. It's diligent work. He tries and tries and tries. And yes, he made it to the surface. But at what cost? Yes. He must start another path. Maybe working along the bottom of the ocean floor and going to the village that way. Because he did notice the village was awfully close. Can he get to it by branching out? First, he must find how to make air pockets. You would think he would know this since he's done this many times, but he still has to experiment and get everything just right so that he can make that trek over to the village to plunder it for its riches, its wood, maybe even iron if there's iron there, maybe even to trade with villagers if he finds villagers there. Yes, he has a plan. He's setting it into motion. He will get there, one way or the other. He'll try this way and see if this way gets him closer to the village. To see if this is better than tunneling all the way to the surface. Or if this is a better way and quicker to get the materials he needs. To get him on his way. Which way is quicker? Who knows? But he will try to determine which way is quicker for himself. As he builds out into the ocean floor, creating air pockets as he goes, because he knows you need air pockets to make sure that you can breathe without running out of air. Our little friend, he has made it to the village, but at what cost? At what cost has he made it to the village? He's being shot at by arrows from skeletons. He hides in places he can gather some air. He tries his best to make it into different... Oh, a zombie killed him. Oh, that didn't quite work out. So what I'll try to do now is try to make it to the surface, so that maybe he could tunnel back down through the other side. But didn't quite make it. So I'll have to gather more dirt. But before that, let's put some air pockets in here, so that when we do die, we have other ways of getting in here that have air pockets to make it easier on ourselves to get back into our main area. That's what we'll do. And then once that's complete, we will make our way back to this bottom to mine some more dirt so we can make it to the surface. This time, we're going to collect all the dirt we need. Not just a little bit, not just to get us part way there, but to get us all the way there. We'll collect all the dirt we need to make sure that we have what we need and don't have to go through all this again. Just a little bit more, maybe one more round in circles as we go, and maybe we'll have what we need. It's interesting that dirt is such an easy commodity in every other world, but in this one, dirt is a very precious commodity, for you can only get it at the bottom of the ocean. That and the stone is all you can get at the bottom of the ocean, that and the sand. Our little robot friend will take what he's found and make his way back to the surface, this time the right way, not making any shortcuts. We're going to get all the way to the top of the water this time, and then back to the village to get some wood to make a crafting table and a chest to put our goods in. Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll make it to the surface this time. Yes, and we made it. Yes, make it one lower so that we don't have mob spawning. Just put a center in, just to make it easy to find the center. And then make this a square. Add a little more onto each side. And we have our square. Put a sand center so we know where our center is. And yes, nothing will spawn up here while we're gone, because the water won't allow it. Now, to get some wood. Yes, we can get some wood from over here. And back to the surface. And back home we go. Yes. Oh no. Again we go. Back this way. We'll get the wood again. From a different top. And we'll make our way to the surface after we get this, and then we'll make ourselves a crafting table and a chest, and that will do it for today after we do that, because this was
so we made it to the surface. There was some trials and tribulations along the way, as you saw.
I stopped along the way and tried to go to the village first, but that didn't quite work out. So then I decided to just go ahead and just build straight up. Even though I did some other things along the way as well, but you know. And then we built straight up. We went to the village, died in the village, trying to get some wood. Well, we didn't really die in the village. We died from that silly witch that was at the top of the thing. And then we got one to get back and got our wood. And that's where we'll end it for today. And we'll see what we continue next time. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to like and sub and share out this video if you like it. Hopefully you enjoy the series. Like I said, this will be a slow start because we had to get to the surface first and have to build some farms and things. So join me along the way. Until next time, bye!